What if Anakin Skywalker didn't kill Count Dooku? Part 2. As night falls, the Jedi Temple becomes a war zone. The 501st Legion marches up the temple steps, but unlike the original timeline, they're not led by Anakin Skywalker, but by Commander Appo. Anakin and Obi-Wan Kenobi stand side by side at the temple's gates, lightsabers ignited, cutting down wave after wave of advancing clones. "Fall back inside," Obi-Wan shouts to the younglings and Padawans behind him. "Get to the archives. Find a way out through the lower levels." The Grand Hall of the Jedi Temple is engulfed in fire. Statues of ancient Jedi Masters crumble, and the once hallowed chambers become killing fields. Anakin fights with a relentless fury, his blue blade carving through armored troopers. His emotions boil over. Anger, sorrow, guilt. This is my fault. I let Dooku live. And now, we're all paying the price. For every Jedi that falls, Anakin blames himself. High above Coruscant, inside his starship, Dooku watches the massacre unfold. For the first time in decades, he feels true horror. This is not the revolution he envisioned. This is annihilation. Dooku, once a Jedi, once a Sith, now stands at a crossroads. As his ship descends toward the city, he makes his choice. Through the smoke and chaos, Anakin Skywalker stands at the steps of the burning Jedi Temple. His robes are torn, his face streaked with sweat and blood. And from the shadows, a cloaked figure approaches. Count Dooku. Anakin's lightsaber roars to life. "You have a lot of nerve showing your face here," Anakin growls, his grip tightening. But Dooku does not draw his weapon. Instead, he stops. "I was wrong, young Skywalker," Dooku says softly. "About many things." Anakin hesitates. "The Sith are beyond redemption," Dooku continues. "But I am no longer one of them." An explosion rocks the temple behind them. Dooku looks up at the destruction, the madness, at the death. "I see now that I was merely Sidious's pawn, as were you." Anakin's breathing is heavy. His mind races. "I offer you a path forward," Dooku says. "Together, we can end Darth Sidious before it is too late." Obi-Wan steps forward, eyeing Dooku warily. "Why should we trust you?" Dooku meets his gaze. "Because if we do not stop him now, then the galaxy is lost." And for the first time, Anakin Skywalker listens. The Jedi Temple burns behind them, but there is no time for mourning. Sidious has revealed himself, and if they do not act now, the Sith will rule the galaxy. Inside a dimly lit safe house in the lower levels of Coruscant, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Count Dooku stand together, a trio that should never have existed. Anakin's arms are crossed, his jaw clenched, his blue eyes filled with suspicion. Obi-Wan stands at his side, quiet but watchful. Across from them, Dooku sits, his expression calm yet burdened. "This will not be a battle," Dooku says evenly. "It will be a war in miniature. Sidious is more powerful than either of you realize." Obi-Wan exchanges a look with Anakin and responds, "We've fought Sith Lords before." Dooku's expression darkens. "Sidious is no ordinary Sith Lord. He's the culmination of 1,000 years of Sith mastery. He will not simply fight you. He will break you." "Then we don't give him the chance," Anakin says. Obi-Wan nods. "We go straight to the Senate. Confront him before he has a chance to consolidate power." Dooku exhales, knowing this is their only path forward. "Then let us make our move. Tonight, the Sith must fall." The halls of the Senate building are eerily quiet. The usual bustling of bureaucrats and politicians is gone. Only silence remains. Then, from the darkness, the Royal Guard, Sidious's most elite warriors, step forward in formation, blocking their path. Obi-Wan engages without hesitation. He moves like water, his years of experience slicing through the guards with deadly precision. Dooku and Anakin press forward. The massive doors to the Chancellor's chamber slide open with a deep mechanical groan. Inside, Darth Sidious waits. The Sith Lord rises from his throne, his sunken eyes glint with satisfaction. "Ah, my wayward apprentice," he says, gaze locking onto Dooku. "And young Skywalker, how unexpected." Anakin growls, his lightsaber igniting. "This ends tonight." Sidious merely chuckles. "No, my boy. His voice drops into a whisper of pure malice. It begins. Sidious attacks first. A red blade erupts from his sleeve as he launches himself at Dooku with terrifying speed. The chamber explodes with the clash of lightsabers. Dooku meets his former master's assault with a strength he's not felt in years. For the first time since falling to the dark side, he fights not for power, not for dominance, but to right his greatest mistake. Sidious cackles, spinning and striking, his attacks impossibly fast. "You were always a disappointment, Tyrannus." "I was always your pawn," Dooku snarls, parrying a strike aimed at his throat. Sidious twists, then lashes out with a crackling blast of Sith lightning. Dooku catches it with his saber, but stumbles. Anakin surges forward, his blue blade crashing against Sidious's red. The force of the impact shudders through the room. "You wanted me to fall," Anakin growls, his saber hammering into Sidious's defense. "You wanted me to kill Dooku. You wanted me to become your slave." Sidious grins, barely struggling. "And yet, here you are, fighting by his side, a true fool." With a flick of his fingers, Sidious blasts Anakin across the chamber, sending him crashing into the wall. Obi-Wan, having finished off the royal guards, runs into the chamber just in time to see Dooku stumble to one knee. Sidious's saber pierces Dooku's chest. A gasp escapes Dooku's lips as he falls to the floor. Sidious sneers, withdrawing his blade. "Such a waste!" Anakin and Obi-Wan rush to Dooku's side, but it is too late. Blood drips from the Count's lips as he looks at Anakin. His voice is a whisper. "Do not make my mistake." Anakin's hands tremble as he supports Dooku's weight. "What are you talking about?" Dooku exhales one final time, his eyes locking onto Anakin's. "Do not let him rule you." And then Dooku is gone. A silent fury builds in Anakin's chest. He stands. Sidious smiles. "Good. I can feel your anger." The Sith Lord ignites his blade again. "Strike me down. Take your place as the true Lord of the Sith." For a moment, Anakin stands at the edge of a decision. The dark side calls to him. He could destroy Sidious right now. He could take the power for himself, but then he remembers Dooku's words, and for the first time, he resists. "No." Sidious's smile fades. Anakin steps back, lifting his saber into a defensive stance beside Obi-Wan. "Not today." The two Jedi charge, and the battle truly begins. The battle in the Senate chamber leaves the air thick with smoke and the stench of scorched metal. Sidious lies motionless at the center of the room, his body crumpled and lifeless. His Sith lightning left deep burns across his hands, the twisted remnants of his malevolence now reduced into nothing. Anakin Skywalker breathes heavily, his knuckles white around the hilt of his saber. The rage is still there, simmering beneath the surface, but it does not consume him. He looks down at Sidious's corpse and realizes he is free. The death of Darth Sidious does not mean instant peace. Across the galaxy, war still rages. The clone troopers, programmed with Order 66, remain dangerous. Some still carry out their final directive, hunting Jedi across the stars. Others, without Sidious's command, are lost, unsure of their purpose. The Senate is in chaos. Many of its members were complicit in Palpatine's schemes, while others were too blind to see what had unfolded around them. Some call for martial law, others for a reformation of the Republic. The Jedi Order, or what remains of it, stands at a precipice. The Jedi Temple is a ruin. Its halls, once filled with the laughter of Padawans and the wisdom of masters, are now silent. Anakin and Obi-Wan return to the temple, stepping over the wreckage of what was once the Order's heart. So many of their brothers and sisters have perished, but not all. From the shadows of the temple ruins, a few Jedi survivors emerge. Shakti, battle-worn but alive. Ahsoka Tano, who had returned to Coruscant when she felt the tremors in the Force. Yoda, wounded but unbroken, standing in the remains of the council chamber. The Jedi have been humbled. Their old ways have failed them. That night, Anakin walks alone through the ruins of the temple. Memories flood his mind. Training as a boy, sparring with Obi-Wan, laughing with Ahsoka. He remembers his mother's death. He remembers the Tusken Raiders. He remembers Count Dooku's last words, "Do not let him rule you." And he realizes something. The Jedi Order will rebuild, but it cannot remain unchanged. The old ways, rejecting attachment, fearing emotion, placing duty above all else, led to its downfall. For too long, Anakin believed he had to choose between love and duty, power and restraint, the Jedi and his own heart. But what if he didn't have to choose? The next morning, he leaves not as the chosen one, not as a Jedi bound by a broken code, but as Anakin Skywalker. And he does not leave alone. With Padme by his side, her hands resting protectively over the life growing within her, they step aboard their ship. Together, they set course for a future of their own making, far from war, far from destiny, far from the chains of expectation. This time, Anakin chooses love, and for the first time, he is truly free. The Republic will heal, but it will never be the same. Bail Organa and Mon Mothma lead the charge to rebuild democracy, ensuring that no one man can ever hold the power Palpatine did. The Jedi who remain must redefine their purpose. Yoda and Obi-Wan attempt to guide them, but the old traditions are questioned. Some Jedi believe in rebuilding the Order as it was, others in forging something new. Anakin's departure leaves a void, but his actions have set something greater in motion. Ahsoka watches him go, sensing that his journey is far from over. She whispers,
"May the Force be with you, Sky Guy."